This is the least calming sound bath I've ever been to with Grandpa, Tourette's, and air freshener next to me. Hello, welcome to MAM Podcast, Middle-Aged Millennial MILF Podcast for all you OGs. I am your host, Sarah Strickland, coming to you for the first time from 2026. We made it. I made it. What a year, guys. What a year. I mean, I feel like if you go back to the pilot of this, which premiered around this time last year, much different tone. Very like, let's see what's going to happen. Like, okay, maybe all those people voting were seeing something I wasn't. Like, it's going to be the best year we've ever had. And then it was like, from everyone I heard, like everyone paid a pound of flesh this year. It felt like, I mean, mine was my parents clearly, but like everybody either like lost a job, lost a marriage, a lot of death. I mean, it was Year of the Snake. So once I found that out, I was kind of like, well, I wish somebody would have informed me at the beginning of 2025. So I kind of had a little clue because I didn't, but they said that Year of the Snake is shedding what you can't take into the new year, which with my sense of humor, I was walking with Drew and I was like, I understand that it's like shedding stuff you can't bring into the new year, but I never thought it would be like my parents. Like my parents couldn't make it to 2026. But anyway, that's 2025. Let's recap it. Let's talk about 2026. Holidays, I mean, they were fine. No complaints. I'm not going to launch into them. We know I'm not a big Christmas person. I will say that apparently someone like emailed the HOA and is like livid about Christmas. And I have never been so happy as when I saw that. And I was like, not my problem. No regrets. And in fact, here's a little tea, little Agritopia tea. Someone wanted to rent out their house. You are not allowed to rent out your house in this neighborhood. It's something that we all signed in on the CC&Rs. And somebody wanted to rent it out because they had a death in their family. And it was like, and we have contingencies. So like somebody's in the military, they're going to be deployed for a year. Okay, you can rent your house temporarily. This was like, grandma died. We want to keep the house, but like our kid's in college. So someday like he'll have it. And we're like, no. So they went to like the news, like 15 on your side. And it's bullshit. So that's another thing I don't have to deal with, which is especially funny because I'm the one that signed the decline. And in fact, I believe my exact words were, my fucking mom died this year and I'm in the middle of selling her house. I really don't have any sympathy for this bitch. I believe that was a direct vote. So we'll see what happens. Mark Curtis. No, it wasn't even Mark Curtis, like 15 News. Like, who watches Channel 15 News of all the choices, too, I might add? Like, ugh. Come on. 5 on your side. Oh, that was the other thing. This woman that, anyway, went to the news, also is running for my position on the board. And you send in, like, your bio, you know, like, I'm so-and-so, I've lived in the neighborhood. Hers literally was 3 lines. God first, overqualified. I don't even remember what the last one was because I was so caught up in God first and overqualified that I was just like, overqualified? How are you overqualified to be on an HOA board? First of all, like you've run a lot of these and like God first. That is, I think, one of my biggest fucking problems in this neighborhood in general is just I'm so sick of this holier than thou bullshit, Christian. That's right, I fucking said it. I don't fucking like them. You go, no, you go. I'm a better Christian. No, you're a better Christian. I just want to get to my fucking house. Quit jerking each other off verbally. Let's go. And we're surrounded by it. So that is also the other reason that I was like done with the HOA. Because I'm like, I'm going to just start burning people's houses down. At this point, they're so unlikable. So stay tuned. I don't know how long Drew and I are going to be in the hellscape that is Agritopia, but Mama's got to make some money. So let's go in like 2025. Let's talk about this out. Like the podcast has been on for a year. Let's do that. I don't know what I was thinking when I started it. I don't know that I did a lot of thinking. I'm one to just rush into things. I was disappointed. I think I thought it would take off and it didn't. I will say, whatever, maybe this one will take off like that one, my midlife crisis episode did gangbusters on YouTube. Thank you guys. 6.2 thousand views. That's the thing too. I'm up against like Bravo TV people and like Michelle Obama. Like everyone has a podcast. So I picked the worst thing. So there's other things on the horizon for 2026 because I was really starting to get defeated because I would message all these people on Instagram and I had so much luck in the beginning. Like Chad fucking Wolf from Carolina Liar, like Ma Sheila, the Traders. Like I was like getting people and now I'm not. I've even like resorted to, we've talked about this, like putting it in cameos to people where I'm like, my parents died. Pep talk, also podcast, not one person has come on. They all fucking say they're going to and they don't. That's really shitty. At this point, people I got cameos from, Murray Hill, from someone somewhere that tried to fucking called you out because you kept reading my messages and not coming on. Just be like, I don't do pod. I don't know. That's not me. Don't be like, I'll choke it out. And I'll do it. Like, no, don't fucking lie to an orphan. You lied to an orphan. How does, like, oh, that's Ebenezer Scrooge land right there, lying to an orphan. Famous people. I don't care if I'm 41 or not. I get to say I'm an orphan. I looked it up. So like I said, I was like, I had that midlife crisis thing. Like I was really down. And so I decided like, if this is stressing me out and it's not a money maker, like I'm probably going to go down to just 2 a month. One, like, hey, this is what happened to me because nutty shit happens every month. And then one guest. But I'm not going to stress myself out about getting, to be honest, a D-list. The people that aren't responding aren't Clooney, but whatevs. And just like my friends, like the episode before this, I'm sure you saw, it was my new friend, Amanda Traylor, who's an amazing author, an amazing girl, friend. I shouldn't say girl, or women, girls. I don't really care what they call me. So that's kind of what, from 2025 to 2026. If I get those people, awesome, but I'm not going to focus on it, and be like, oh, although I will admit, okay, and I'm going to tag you, maybe make this a clip, Sam. I don't know. But Trana Wintour from Canada Traders, that's right, Drew and I got back into Traders, and we love Canada. And Trana, I loved you, and I messaged you, and you never responded. I even, like, I'll type stuff up normally that I just think of. And this time I was like, all right, I'm going to chat GPT. And maybe that was my problem. I chat GPT'd it. Maybe that was my problem. Because I was like, what? And I'm so stupid about it too. I'm like, what is the best thing I could send them to get a response to be on the podcast? Like, it's not ingenious by any means. So yeah, Trana Wintour, I would like you to be on the podcast. We've had so many other traders. You'd be my second faithful. It just makes sense. Especially got to the end and you lost. I had a faithful that got to the end and won. Let's have a faithful that lost. I love you. You're beautiful. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. It's weird being in the new year because it's like this shift happened. And I normally am like, yeah, make all these plans with people and like keep in contact and my friends and like very important and like would kind of cause me anxiety. And Drew and I started Pilates. I'll go into that in a little bit. But ever since we kind of did that and we're like, all right, I'm going to focus on my health and stuff, it became kind of like I need to focus on me a little bit more this year. And not in a selfish way. I don't love my friends. I want to hang out with them. I love them. But I'm always the one to set things up. I'm always the driving force. And so I guess I was kind of like, well, somebody's going to get mad. Like they can't get mad if I didn't set up the plans if they didn't do it either. Not that anybody will. But I think all of us, especially at our age, let's hashtag midlife crisis, hashtag all that. If you don't have young children, like, and by young, I mean like little can't do things themselves, can't talk. Like be a little selfish. Like like I said, the Pilates. Drew has had back problems for years. 2019, he said. I think it was probably before that. He did physical therapy, all that stuff. It wasn't working. So he realized Pilates really helps. And I had done some Pilates moves because of Christiane, who was also a guest on here. I love you, Christiane. Too bad you're in Canada. Traders Canada. So it all came full circle. Talk to Christiane Trana. She'll tell you should come on the podcast. So he's like, oh, I'm looking at Pilates. I've done Pilates, like I talked about. And we found this place called the Wave Studio. I love you. Mel and Tom started it. And they have Pilates. They have the Reformer and Matt. They have bar class, which I've always wanted to try. And there's a bar studio in Agritopia, of course. And I refuse to go there because, first off, I'm not going to pay whatever exorbitant price that they want just for being here. And like I said, I don't like my neighbors. I don't like the people in this neighborhood. Here to go. I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there's probably 10% that are fine. But they're not fucking finding me, and I'm not looking for them. So if you guys want to come and find me, we'll be the cool kids. You know where I am, where the Pussy Power flag was. Everyone in this neighborhood knows where I stand on everything. So you know where to find me. So the Wave is down the street. So we do adjacent because I don't want to drive. So this is down the road, the Wave. It's where the old potato barn was. Bar. They do sound baths, which I love, as we know. Haven't really been to one since Desert Paddleboards boned me. So as I'm sitting here, so I'm like, oh, let's do the sound bath with him. It's indoors. It's not floating, whatever. That's fine. And only 3 people were signed up. 10 people showed up. We're where the fuck are these people coming from? Some old guys in the front row. So we're laying down and it's happening. And I will say, here we go, Desert Paddleboards. You guys had it, ran a tight ship. I heard that. I didn't hear anything around me. Immediately after this starts, this old guy is snoring like nobody's business. He is sawing logs in this studio in his khaki cargo shorts, polo shirt, white socks, and New Balance shoes. It just snoring. And then this other lady next to me sounded like those air fresheners that will just puff out randomly. She was like, and no offense to Drew, I love him, but then he has Tourette's, so he's ticking next to me. I was like, this is the least calming sound bath I've ever been to, with Grandpa, Tourette's, I love you, and air freshener next to me. So it was our first one, and I'm putting the stuff away they give you. And the guy's like, how did you like it? And I kind of go, I've been to a lot of sound baths. Is there normally that much snoring? And he's like, no. And normally I make an announcement about it. So he was stuck and couldn't stop in the middle. And he didn't have an assistant or anything. So what was he going to do? Stop and be like, excuse me, if you're snoring, you're going to have to leave. So if I ever see Grandpa again, I might look at him and be like, one of us has to go, man. And I think it should be you. I don't make any noise. I think everyone's okay with me staying. I think you need to go. Maybe book a solo, my man. But other than that, I love it. And we started going before Christmas because we were we don't want to be those people that start on New Year's and the rush, because they had a 7-day trial and we did a class every day. And our first one, they have gentle reformer, and that's a easy class, restorative, which is easy, and then normal. So we did gentle with this lady, Erin. It kicked our asses. I was sore in places I didn't know, all that. It was closed around Christmas. And then since New Year's has happened, we have gone every day. The cat just jumped in my lap. Batman, don't edit this out, Sam. This is Batman. Yeah, he came to say hi to everybody. Anyway, we have not missed one class since New Year's started, because we were all right, we're going to make this our lives. And it's really weird because we don't always stick with things we don't but when we do it together, it's almost like he's my accountability buddy, and we have to do it. With the meditation, we both do it. So we're more apt to stick with it. It's really fun. I really like it. And I really enjoy, this is going to sound so bad, but we're leaving the other day and I was like, oh, wow, Range Rover, Cadillac, Alfa Romeo. It is definitely privilege on display. And then it makes me really happy that I'm privileged. Not like I'm better than people, but like, oh, this is where a lot of people want to be and I got here. Like, go me. Like, even if I never do anything more, which I would be very unhappy with, but I would still be doing really good. So, love Pilates. And we're just those people that it's our lifestyle. I've realized as I've gotten older, what I really aspired to be when I grew up was like a socialite. Like, I want to be paid to be me and like go to parties. And I'm all for charity. I'll raise money. I'll go work out and get facials and get my hair done professionally. Like, I'm all buy clothes. Like, I look good. I'll do all that. Socialite me up. So that's where I'm working. I'm doing other things, but that would just be really nice. And Drew and I are also doing the cleanse again. Yep. The one that crashed and burned, where I like had an existential crisis and was like, I would literally rather die than continue this cleanse. So we realized a lot of the problem was not knowing what we were getting into. And as we all know, I have PMDD. My period started when we did it. So this time around, I got my old period earlier in the week. So tomorrow we are starting 21 days. For the first 2 days, you just drink these shakes. And then the 3rd through 21 days, you can eat like a plant-based lunch, a shake for breakfast, plant-based lunch, snack shake, and then you can have chicken or fish and some vegetables at night. So for 21 days, that's what we're doing. I'm not going to lie, I can't stand those shakes. I can't stand drinking something basically that is not Coca-Cola, which is a problem. I could do water and lemon, but like once I was off the cleanse before, like I had kind of given up soda, but I was like, woo, doggy. And then like mom and dad died and it was just like, I'm drinking soda. I was like, I'm going to do what I have to do to get through this moment in time. And if some soda in the moment comforts me, then that's what I'm going to do. But I don't like it. So last time I got these empty capsules and I figured out that you're supposed to do 1 scoop like per shake. 1 scoop is 25 pills. So basically I'm deconstructing these shakes and that's how I'm going to take them. Because when I had to drink that drink, I was like, I would really rather starve to death than drink this shake. But I can take supplements and I can take pills. I mean, we know my past. So I have the first week all set. I need to start making my other week. But Drew got me these capsules that like don't fit and it was weird. And then he's like hovering over me. And I was like, I need to do this later. So we'll see. We are going to document this cleanse because it should be hilarious. And he's really freaking out about not eating. I go a lot of days without eating till the nighttime when I take my pot. So I'll just not take the pot and not eat and be fine. Sorry, guys. I like totally launched into my 2026 instead of 2025. But I don't really want to necessarily, I guess, I wanted to really make this like a recap in the holidays. And now that it's all past, it just seems like we all need to just focus on what's ahead and the future. And God, help us. I'm going to really say I hope this time next year when we're doing 2026 recap that it's like they impeached him and then they put him in jail. Like I really hope we're looking at a different landscape because right now we're in a hellscape of unlike anything I've ever seen. I open Apple News every day and it's something new and I'm like, oh, are you allowed to like go in a country and abduct the president and be like, we're just arresting him and like holding charges? Like what charges in New York hold like every time? And that's maybe where I'm at politically, that I'm like, what more is it going to take? He incited an insurrection 5 years ago, which was literal treason. I was in AP government. From what I remember, I mean, maybe things have changed since 2002. That was treason, and treason was punishable by death. And I remember that reading about that really scared the shit out of me, that I was like, whoa, I don't want to commit treason and be executed. war crimes, like all that, like, and Drew made a really good point yesterday in the car when we we're going to pick up Beckett. He goes, they didn't call World War II when it was starting. Same with World War I. These are names that we put in like towards the end, whatever it is. And I was like, God damn it, you're fucking right. I really didn't. I don't know who did, but I had no desire to live through World War III. I was kind of like, maybe I'll skip it. Like, don't think so. Also, if this current regime, and it is a regime, is in office, like, we're on the wrong side. Do people realize that? We are fucking Germany. Like, the bad guys in this war would be Russia. I'm sure North Korea would come to their aid. And us. It's so bad, and our government is shitting the bed so much. Like, I think at this point, he's like, holy shit, how come no one is stopping me? What more can I do? Like, literally, what more can he do? What does he have on you? Are that many people in Washington pedophiles? If they are, I feel like we need to study this, because in my life, I don't think there are any pedophiles. Maybe there's one or two hidden. I don't know. I'm just saying that to who knows. But it's like the Diddy stuff and all that, and I don't understand it. And we meditate. We started 2022. And as I did that and kind of, I guess, got a broader view of the world, the universe, all that, I became more accepting and understanding. And the fact that we're like going in the opposite direction and they're so confidently wrong. That's the other thing that is really hard, is they're confidently wrong about everything. Their religion, their politics, everything's just wrong. Wrong. You don't get it. You missed the point of the assignment. And they're the ones running things, and it's just like, I want it to get better. We literally, living in Nazi Germany, ICE just murdered a millennial, I might add, who was just driving her car, a mother. And the shittiest thing is this won't be enough. This was a mass man. They're not like, at this point, I want to become ICE and start like taking out my other fellow Icemen and be like, I have a mask on. You can't tell who I am. Like, I'll wear lifts. Like, what? A mother of 3, 2 boys and a girl. And fuck you. Fuck you. You're the fucking Gestapo. You're fucking disgusting. And I don't care if you think that they're illegal and they don't belong here. I don't care. I think you're wrong. So it's really scary. And like I said, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic. My good friend, Brandon Menard, who I think I'm going to have on this year. I love Brandon. One of the smartest people I've ever met. So well-spoken. And he had said that this is the death rattle. And that is what really kind of soothes me. I don't know, gets me through. I think he's right. This is the death rattle. But I'm also like, can we please just get to the end of it? I can't handle any more collateral damage. And, that's what I was going to get to. Sorry. I did hit the vape a little bit earlier. So I sometimes lose train of thought. But the fact that this poor woman, more things are going to happen. And it'll be old news. Like, we move on so quickly. And I think that is what struck me genuinely. When we went to Athens and we normally do ghost tours, but this was like kind of a current crime thing. Like, this serial killer and this. And it was this teen boy was killed by the police. And every year they have like the march and they commemorate this. And I stopped and like they had paintings and stuff. And the guy looked at me and I go, this is amazing. And I said, we don't do this in America because there's always just another one. There's always another school shooting. There's always another mall shooting. We don't learn from it. Nothing special, nothing sacred. Everyone's just another body. Everyone's just another number. Everyone's just another, all of it. It's just like these companies cut corners and they are short staffed. Like we went to Chili's and this poor girl's running around and like we couldn't really get the service, but we could tell that it was super busy. They weren't expecting it. They cut the people. And she's like, thank you for understanding. And it's like, yes, but I am sick of having to understand as the consumer. Can we all get behind that? Like I'm sick of having to yell at a machine to try to get someone to pay. Every time I have to pay the mortgage on my parents' house that we have for sale, I have to PNC Bank. I have to go through, fucking get transferred to 3 different people. I have to fucking explain that my parents, and it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm calling on behalf of this. It's not under Sarah Strickland. It's under the estate of Rosemary and Carrie Peterson because they both died this summer. I appreciate your condolences. Yes, I'm very sad too. Can I pay the mortgage? We are the ones eating it. We are the ones that suffer. T-Mobile going to not having people to help you. We are the ones that suffer. And I think we all need to get together and instead of figuring out how to fight each other, we need to figure out how to fight this and be like, no, we won't fucking take it, T-Mobile. We will all go to some other phone place. If you don't have people I can talk to. Sorry, T-Mobile, I'm picking on you. You know I'm not going anywhere. I've had you since I was 18 years old. But that's just where I'm really at. Like, we're all sick of it. So we need to start doing something about it, because what these corporations have us doing now is fighting over shit that, let's be honest, none of us have control over anyway. They do. They're choosing not to do anything. So maybe we need to do something. Maybe we all need to band together and start businesses ourselves. Small businesses that we support that aren't corporations. Drew sells his book on Amazon. Like, I'm not, whatever. I'll be honest. I'm locked out of Amazon because my mom, dead mom, said that these purchases were fraud when they weren't. And now Amazon wants me to pay for them and I'm not going to do that. So my account has been frozen since May. It's fucking wonderful. If I want something, I tell Drew to get on there and get it. I don't impulse buy stuff on Amazon. Haven't missed it. Went to Apple Music. Was like, okay, that's fine if you want to suspend my account. I'm not, because I had returned half the stuff and then they wanted to charge me for it anyway. I was like, I'm not putting things that I don't own on my credit card when she lied about it being fraudulent. I got it taken care of. Now I'm fucking stuck paying the $1,700 credit card fee because I let them know she died. So they knew to send it to me. So Jeff Bezos and your thing you married, go fuck yourself. You're not getting my $3,000. I will buy somewhere else. But that's just where I like I said, that's where I'm at. And I think that that's what we need to figure out as a society in 2025 is how to come together and fight the real bad guys and how to get politicians in that are for our best interests. I'm so sorry for all the people that are not going to be able to have health care because of all this. I just really want to know, genuinely curious, not angry, how are people feeling? Like, he has his hardcore people that are all for him, like, whatever, fine. I understand that I'm a hardcore the opposite way. I wish Kamala was president. But the people are just kind of midline, and now, you saddled all of us with Walmart Hitler, with his gold and his tearing down things and putting his name on everything. And I guess I just also really don't want this thing to die. He's not even a person, he's a thing. Without someone telling him no. Like, how come nobody's like, you know what? You can't go into Venezuela and steal the president and his wife for oil. Like, you can't do that. You can't just shoot American citizens for driving on a road. Someone needs to say no and step up. And God help us all in these midterms if the people that are the problem, I'm addressing you right now. You made a mistake. Fine. Cool. We have Walmart Hitler. We're on the wrong side of history in World War III. So thank you for that. Maybe, vote in other people's self-interest. And here's the other thing, people, just a thought going into, 2026 is people can have differing opinions than you. And that's really what I'm carrying with myself. Like if I ask somebody, I'm curious why you wanted Walmart Hitler, why you ignored all the extensive evidence of how this would come. I'm not going to change your mind, but at the same time, you're never going to change my mind. And I think that maybe we just need to be in a place like that. And it is still us fighting them, like see our side. And maybe it just needs to be like, you're a fucking idiot who wanted Walmart Hitler. But that's also the thing. Then I can't even say that, like, hey, Sarah, whatever will be like, no, I'm fucking stuck with this because some morons didn't like how old Biden was or how much they had to pay for eggs. And this is why I'm never going to ascend in this lifetime because I cannot wrap my head around the stupidity. And that's what David said is, Sarah, in order to move on, the whole God consciousness is realizing we're all the same. The table, this, not I get that, but then I'm like, but they're choosing to be ignorant and stupid and racist. So what do I'm not choosing to do that. So it's just, I really don't think I'm going to have peace in this lifetime. I mean, my God, if the world is ending, I don't want to come back again. But I just would like to get back to also privacy. I want to know less. I think that's what the other thing is. We all need to know less about each other. I don't need to know and that's the thing. I don't need to know your religion. Like we talked about, everybody in the neighborhood, I'm irritated. I know your religion. You're putting a target on your back. I don't need to know your religion. I don't need to know who you want to be with. I just need to know that you can fucking order at McDonald's and fucking drive. We're on the road, follow common courtesy. In these situations where we have to deal with each other, can we all just follow social rules? Can we all agree on those social rules? Would be nice as well. People are entitled. People, I don't know what happened. COVID. That's my answer for everything. Why things are, and then I hate watching. I can't rewatch shows that have COVID shit in it. I'm I'm not watching about masks again. And I was fine wearing a mask. I'm not an anti-masker. Don't have an abortion, but God, don't tell me to put something over my mouth. How dare you? My body, my choice. Have that baby. Don't be on welfare. How dare you? How can you have this child and not pay for them? Thank you. That was my theater as a right-wing Republican. I'm sorry, guys. I really was going to go in 2025. I went to the fucking Maldives. I went to the fucking Maldives. And I say that I'm shocked I went. I'm not bragging, as someone on my TikTok video about my dead father wanted to point out. You just really want to brag about the Maldives. Maybe I fucking do, because I've never known anyone who went to the Maldives. I was reading an article and Jennifer Aniston said that was the one place she wanted to go. Rachel Green wanted to go to the Maldives and I went. So yeah, I'm fucking talking about it. I also went to Turkey and Greece. I went international. I never, ever had thought. This wasn't even, I was in therapy for flying 2018, 2019. I was doing EDMR, it didn't work. And now I'm flying international and I'm fine. And I had this podcast where I talked to Ma Sheila and Chad Wolf of Carolina Liar and Blake from Traders Australia. And I got Renee, our nutritionist, through this. And 2025 was not the year I was expecting. It wasn't. And I thought we were going to make all this money and it was great. And it was hard. But looking back, there's these great moments. I had Big Fish, which is being in that tech week and being with those kids is something that I will remember for the rest of my life. And how good I felt just kind of being the mom, but not being, let's talk about our feelings, but like, girl, I know you don't have much food at home. Take those fucking cookies. These other kids have, like, being there for them. Like, ooh, you do so good. Oh, my mom never, like, that is what is really shocking to me is because I'm like, oh my God, you did so good. And they're like, oh, my mom said so-and-so did better. Do you know how often I hear this? Like, we are not boomers, guys. Like, don't fucking do that to your kids. That's really, really shitty. Even if you do be like, oh my God, you were amazing. You know who else was good too? Therapy. I think people need to invest in therapy. I think that we need to get money back from these corporations so everyone can have therapy. Okay, here we go. I have a hot take. Taylor Swift, you're a billionaire, right? Like, selling all those albums. Here's my orange one. Here's my green one. Maybe you take all the proceeds from your green album, version 12, and get with somebody and do like healthcare for everyone, free healthcare. Anybody can go on this app and get free healthcare. Yeah, it might cost a lot of money. What good is that fucking money doing sitting there? And fine, she's not cash, whatever. But that's fucking Taylor Swift is a billionaire, the same as fucking Bezos, the same as everybody. And you're not going to fucking convince me different. She's a bitch and she could help hungry kids and she's not. And is that her responsibility? No. But do I think less of her for not doing it? Yes. Because if I was a billionaire like her, and you see, they'll be like, she spent $30,000 on this, $30,000 on that, and that's fine. But don't act like she's motherfucking Teresa, because I know Taylor Swift could go to every school in the U.S. and say, I'm covering breakfast, lunch, and dinner for these kids. Whatever it is, give me the bill. Nobody's paying for food here. Breakfast, lunch, nobody, because we're not going to single out. It's not going to be all those kids. You want that, and it'll be there through the summer too. That's what people should be doing. Is these people are not going to change and do stuff. Do it yourself. But it needs to be the people that are affluent to show. Because right now, it's my money, my money. And if a billionaire is my money, why aren't we going to be like that? None of us have any money because everything is too expensive. So that's what I think. Eat the rich. I'm with the eat the rich, even though I want to be the rich. But like, God, fuck, like read about the Kardashians where they're like, she had an endangered elephant purse. Like they spent what they spend their money on. Like I said, technically do whatever you want, but it's disgusting when there are people, so many people in need that you could help by buying one less purse. And you're like, no, I need it all for me. I need to be the best. Because it wouldn't be enough to help people and be worshipped. You need to be above people, I guess. Riddle me that. Oh, guys, what's 2026? I'm a big fan of even years. So 2025, that was scary. But 2026, I feel optimistic. And like I said, we're focusing on health because I feel like 2022 was withdrawal, figuring out who the fuck I was like that. And I got the job at collections and that was one of the happiest times of my life. And then figuring out the PMDD and it was just kind of, and the meditation. And then I was working out a little bit and then the travel and friends and doing things. And now we're to the point where all I feel like I have left really is the health stuff, the working out, the fasting, the food stuff, getting that under control. And it's really one of the last things of my parents. And that's what I'm letting go of in this year. I've forgiven them. I'm over it. I miss them. I look forward to seeing them again someday, but I'm not there. They stay in 2025. This year is the year of me focusing on me, making myself the best version for myself and my friends. And I don't think I won taser training for 10. So we were at a woman's charity event. It was so fun. And the only thing I wanted was taser training. They had taser training for 10. And everything else like Botox and purses. And I wanted that. So I'm up. And, Drew's a cheap ass. I love you, honey. You're cheap. And it got to like 200. And like in my mind, I was like 300. I think I can explain 300 to him because it was worth $750. So that was also a deal. So I was like, I got up and my friend Amy's like, how high can you go? And I'm like, I don't know. I think we're getting there. So when it got to 300, my hand was up and her hand was up. There was one other and I made eye contact with her. And I go, put your fucking hand down. Like that. And sure enough, she put her hand down. So taser training for 10, guys, because I really needed that. So this year I'm going to get 10 of my gals together. I'm going to mix it up, see what happens, maybe have a little brunch. And it's like serious taser training. Balls are going to get tased. People better watch out. I'm going to have that new car after we sell my mom's house. You come up to it, tase your balls. It just sounds like so much fun to tase somebody's balls. But I won't ramble on anymore. Like I said, I was going to do a big, 2025 recap, but I did the podcast. I learned some things. I lost some friends. I gained some friends. I lost my parents. I gained my brother. I am happy and content. And at the end of the day, 2025 went the way it went. And I am looking forward to 2026. I'm looking forward to bringing my fresh takes into this year, introducing us to more friends. Let's see, as I level up, who else we can get. But above all, friends, in 2026, don't forget to make today your bitch. I'm Sarah Strickland.